the recap for Marriage Boot Camp Reality Stars, Season 7, Episode 3. Yep. Loose lips kills relationships. The episode starts off in a really messed up way because here's the issue. Cody and Michelle are pegged as the couple that won't make it. Cody is seen as an over-emotional adult / kid. Michelle is seen as, well, it looks like the house guests are overall okay with Michelle, at least for now. They're just focusing on Cody's issues. So that's why they're like, yeah, Cody is too emotional. His emotions are like a roller coaster. Up 30 seconds, down 5 minutes. Up 30 seconds, down 5 minutes. This is by the house's standards. And so when they come out of the room, they actually tell them that. And I have to say, I kind of appreciate that. At first, I thought they were going to get offended. But I guess it's a situation of, people are talking about you anyway. So at least they're being real about it. I mean, they're actually being honest about how they feel. That's what I can say about this cast so far. Definitely some prior seasons, it takes people a moment to go and be honest with each other, but this cast is pretty forthcoming with information regarding their feelings towards each other, so shout out to them for that. Now, aside from that, they also make a comment of how, where is Tara and Dean? Where's Tara and Dean? I mean, really, where are they? It's like, where's Waldo? And they were just like, wow, I forgot that they were in the house because, yeah, maybe they can't get the crown for a couple that won't work out. And the issue with Tara and Dean is that they're not putting in the same amount of effort as they should. Because this is a situation where we need them to go and actually talk about themselves, talk about their feelings. If they don't, then what's the point of them being there? So the first exercise is they're auctioning each other. Now, of course, the Roots remake came out a couple of weeks ago, so I don't know why. For a moment, it was just like, wait a minute, are you kidding me type of thing. But I have to remember, no, this is lighthearted. This is good for them. Let's go with it. All right, so they're auctioning themselves. And how it works is they talk about some positive characteristics, and then the rest are very negative. I mean, extremely negative. And these are the opinions of their spouses. So for each person, they have to go up there, and of course their head initially gets gassed up. And then once their head gets gassed up, then it's reality sets in. And so you have an auction sign for yes or no. Now, Memphis goes up first. And it's just like, oh, big producer, life of the party, things like that. It's just like, cheater, no good, cheater, unfaithful. And it was, so who's interested, ladies? Put up your bidding. Yes, no, yes, no. And Memphis actually got 2 yeses and 2 nos. And essentially, British and Lisa, was that her name? Yeah. British and Lisa were both just like, no, we can't do cheaters. We can't do cheaters. Now, Tara was like, you seem fun. We seem very similar, life of the party. So, yeah, I'm definitely down with that. And Michelle was also, which I was surprised. I'm like, so Michelle, cheating isn't a deal breaker. Like, maybe in your personal relationship, but as far as why you would have a strike against this guy, you're okay with him being a cheater as long as he seems cool, calm, and collected. I find that very interesting. Now, they go through everyone else's mess. And, for example, Lorenzo, because of the fact that he's a liar and also a cheater, 3 out of 4 are like, no. One was just like, you know what? Your personality seems cool enough. And I think that was actually Toya. Toya was like, she just needs someone chill, someone a little bit more like her. So at the end of the day, Lorenzo, you're cool with her. Adam, their issue with Adam was, of course, you can't be nitpicking at every little thing and be afraid of every little thing. And on the flip side, it was, we actually appreciate someone who is not a cheater and is caring. How about that? And for Cody, they're like, no, you're too emotional. Too emotional. You seem fun. Why not? Toya, they're like, ooh, bad in bed. No, sorry, sex is really important, so bad in bed. I'm like, damn, Memphis. How are you gonna go and do that to Toya? How are you gonna go and do that to her? That's so wrong. And Lisa, again, it was a situation of just general personality where half was split. Seems like a lot of fun, and that's great, but the other half was maybe you would be a little too overbearing. For British, it was you would try to take over, be controlling. Tara, it was actually almost the same thing now that I think about it, where, no, Tara was you put your career first than anything else, and so we can't deal with that. The other side was Memphis was like, look, you're cool with me because you understand the entertainment industry, you understand how to, I guess, turn it on and off. You come home, you're like this, you go out, you do this, you do that. I'm just like, of course, you want someone who possibly would be okay with your shenanigans. That's what you really want. Nice try. I got you on that. Who else went, really? Michelle, they gave relatively positive reviews. Again, some people they really just fast forwarded through. So I was like, alright, there must have been nothing really special as far as content. And again, it was a nice, cute little exercise. Tara didn't like the exercise. I forgot to mention that. She did not like the exercise, and British got on her because British was like, look, here's my issue with you. And again, this is where I appreciate at least they're verbalizing it. British is saying how, at the end of the day, why is it that we're all in this house together, but you seem to be on your own little, I'm gonna do me, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. It's like, why are you in the program? Because the whole point of you being in the program is to go and participate and join the festivities, and you're not gonna like certain things, you're gonna love other things. And Tara was now, she was just like, you know, everyone processes things their own way, everything opens up in their own way. And it's like, yes, that is true, but you also need to stop playing around, because this whole give a little, get a lot mentality, that's not going to work. And no one really likes Dean and Tara when it comes to them participating in the activities. General personalities, of course, they're cool. No one is really bad or difficult in this house. So the only thing is, I don't think that they really like Cody. Again, Cody, he's a hothead, and that's what they told him. He's a hothead. He's doing way too much. He's overly emotional, and they were just like, you know, I'd be afraid to have a real conversation with you because you would blow up and start yelling and screaming, and that's scary. So there is that. And while they're all together eating at the table, I guess they're having lunch or possibly breakfast. I don't know what time it is. It was bad because, again, British. Now here's the thing, British. I do again appreciate the fact that you are getting to the root of everyone's issues, and you're also getting the root to your own. But it's still a little messy, you meddling in other people's mess. So I'm wondering how long it's going to be before you're going to get real pushback. Maybe they're just, the personalities in the house this season aren't to where they're going to go and give you that pushback. But I would like to see how you would handle that pushback, because Tara's the only one that kind of gives you pushback. Everyone else kind of allows you to verbally get them together almost. But while they're having this conversation, it's where it's like, okay, there's something wrong with you two, Cody and Michelle. What is it? Something's really off with you guys. Why you guys are acting as if there's something that needs to be said, but you're not saying it. She did hit the nail on the head. So again, that's why I have to give it to her, because she's not just talking out of her mouth or trying to be messy. She is saying some real stuff. I'm just like, damn, this is meddling. Do you really though need to do this? But she did get out something very important. What happened was that Cody and Michelle have both cheated on their significant others in their past relationship. Exactly, their relationship prior to being with each other. Now, the main difference is Cody lets it slip, because this is where Cody was being defensive, and this is where the immaturity comes in. Cody was like, yeah, well, that was with your husband. And that's when everyone was just like, Now again, they're all mature, so they're not just like, oh my gosh, how could you do that? They're just all shocked. She was over it. She ran upstairs. Cody ran after her. Eventually, Lisa went in the room as well because she was just like, the one thing I told you not to bring up. The one thing. The one thing. That's the one thing. And you couldn't even do that. You couldn't even do that. It was like, we're done. It's over. And I'm thinking to myself, but you cheated on your ex-husband and you're mad at Cody for revealing that, as if something like that wouldn't eventually come up as a reason why Cody feels a certain way about you and treats you a certain way, even though that's not right because you two are currently in a relationship right now and you haven't done anything to make him even think that. But here's my thing. I do understand where she's coming from. Her daughter, I'm sure is very young and doesn't know the fact that, she said she doesn't know that she cheated on her father. So, of course, now that's on the cameras, they're definitely going to air that. She's just like, dude, you really just played my family. You really just played my family, so... You really just played my family. So Elizabeth, at this point, just came into the room. She had a conversation, and they're just like, this isn't going to work. And he was like, I know it's over. I know it's over. I'm like, okay, so why don't you two just leave? Elizabeth was just like, no, this is good for TV. I'm going to make this work. I'm going to show that we are real psychiatrists. I'm going to show that we really do put in that work and get the results. We're going to have our first ever boot camp divorce. I'm like, what? What do you mean? Well, that just means that they're officially not a couple in the boot camp anymore. What they are they're two individuals that are going to be working on themselves. And if they happen to come back together, that's fine. If not, that's fine as well, because at this point, it's more important for them to work on themselves. I'm like, shout out to them. Shout out to them. Shout out to them, because that's good. That's good. So they even take down the pictures of Cody shirtless, his selfies. So it's just like, it's over, it's done with. So the next exercise is to actually go and pair up, and they're going to do a party. They're going to cook. They're going to be their own entertainment. They're going to set the plate. Like, everyone had a job. So, for example, you had Lorenzo, who was with none other than Michelle. Now, of course, Michelle doesn't really want to participate right now, so Lorenzo goes upstairs, and Lorenzo, he's not like talking how I normally talk in my recaps and reviews. Oh yeah, please like, comment, subscribe, by the way. I will be doing these reviews each week because this show is interesting, so I'm definitely going to continue to talk about it amongst my other stuff that I do. But you have this weird situation of, because Lorenzo's talking like how I would normally talk and not in my recaps, where I would more so just like talk like this. No. Yeah, so why don't you... Yeah, come on. Just come on. You don't have to worry about him. You'll just be with me. So as long as you're with me, we'll be cool. We'll be good. We'll just do what we need to do. We'll avoid him. And we're going to have fun. I promise we're going to have fun. It's going to be relaxed. And that's what Michelle needs, because they're pairing... Liz and Jim, Elizabeth and Jim paired the couples up with people who have the same traits that they do, but they're going to be working together on things, and so they'll, from the experience, they'll parry pick, is that the phrase? Out, oh, well, when he does this, I don't like that, but that's what I do to others. Oh, they'll get their aha moment. Yes. And Lorenzo and Michelle are doing fine. Lisa and Memphis are paired together. Again, they're both to life of the parties, love to have fun. They're not relaxed. They're kind of like a little bit relaxed, but mostly extroverts. And so they're just having fun because they're going to be the host. So that was a perfect job for them. Perfect job for them. Tara, and Cody, got paired together. Cody is over it. Cody's trying to talk to Michelle, and Michelle's not having it. Michelle's just like, bye. Michelle's like, bye. So Cody is completely out of it. Cody's actually starting to freak out a little bit, and that's when Tara has to come in and say, you know what? You need to go and do this and that. I'll do this and that. We need to get this done. Do this. Okay, good. Do this. Okay, good. Do this. And Tara had an aha moment, but I'll tell you what her aha moment was later. Adam and Toya got paired together. Yeah, Adam and Toya got paired together. And they got paired together because of the fact that they're both laid back, relaxed, just mild-mannered people. So put them two together. Someone who will listen, they'll listen to each other and things like that. Let's see. Who else was it where there was really just like, are you kind of kidding me almost moment? I think I kind of talked about all of the couples. Well, I always feel like there's more couples in the house than there actually are. Everyone completes their tasks though, so shout out to them for that. I was impressed that British and Dean. British and Dean are paired together, and they have to go and create the grill. And they did it successfully, because they're both kind of high maintenance people where they would rather have people go and do like manual labor, stuff like that, than do it themselves. So they had to go and really talk it out and plan how they're going to do this thing, because, you know, you cannot mess up a grill. If you mess up a grill, either it's not going to come on, something's going to blow up, something's going to catch on fire. But they successfully did it. Clearly this was a very easy 1, 2, 3 step grill. So shout out to Boot Camp for getting them something like that. We have Memphis in a pair of banana underwear. I think it was banana underwear. Yeah, banana underwear. And I don't know how I feel about banana, because it's like black people, a monkey, and he was playing around with the monkey. Look, I'm reading a little bit too much into it, because I know it wasn't racially charged or anything like that, but it's like, alright, okay. But Memphis, when he put on the banana underwear, he had Lisa, of course, in her Hawaiian-themed attire, and everything went well. Everything went well, and they all sat around the table together, and they all had their aha moments. And for example, believe it or not, Tara's aha moment was that she realizes, instead of when things get difficult, she runs away from them. She runs away from her problems. She runs away from her problems. She runs away from her problems. And I was just like, oh my gosh, that felt like a real moment. That didn't feel like she was trying to act. It actually felt like, okay, there was something in you that I didn't like and I didn't appreciate, because Cody, you know, he was having his issues, and so it wasn't easy to work with him. So instead, she wanted to make sure she did everything else that wasn't even remotely close to him, just so that she wouldn't have to deal with him. So it's just like, oh, of course you had Toya and Adam, and Toya loved the fact that Adam was just calm, cool, and collected. She could talk to him. It was very easy. They're not trying to upstage each other. Life of the party, that's not how it is. You know, poor Cody. Cody just wants Michelle back. Michelle is still hurt because this just happened. Of course, Michelle and Lorenzo, they're like in love because the fact that they're both mild-mannered, both laid back, relaxed, and so it's nice to be around other people like that. Dean, I forgot to say that. Dean went and told British how, you know, sometimes Tara is just a little too much. Or essentially like that, and she was over it. But again, she calmed down, because that's what I'm feeling like, okay, maybe she is taking this seriously. And it's like, you know, even if this relationship isn't really serious, I do need to work on myself. So I want to say shout out to both of them. I don't see necessarily growth or development yet from Dean. I feel like we're just seeing more of his personality in general than, you know, something new and him having an aha moment. I hope that we get that from him, because I feel like either Dean and Tara, or Michelle or Cody, there's one couple we already know that's pretty much playing the system. They may get something out of this, but at the end of the day, they're more so seeking fame or attention or doing things to make sure that people talk about them. And after all of that, we have Judge Toller are in their relationship. And of course she hits the nail right in the head. She's just like, you know, congratulations to Tara because you had your aha moment. I appreciate you for being able to have your aha moment because you weren't just acting. This was definitely growth. But you cannot just go and say, I had my moment. That's all I needed. No, there also needs to be growth. There also needs to be development. And clearly Tara appreciates the fact that she's finally getting some type of complimentary words thrown to her in this boot camp. Dean, we haven't seen much yet from him yet. He just seems, I don't really see that much of an issue with him yet. Or honestly, with her. I understand the issues we're trying to see, but I'm like, there's something else. There's something else. And I really hope that they're actually there for the right reasons because, anyway, we have Lorenzo and we have British. The issue is that Lorenzo's definitely hiding something. Lorenzo looks like he doesn't get much sleep. And I don't know if that's because British is stressing him out or she's stressed out by the things that he does. And so then that stress boils over to him, goes back to him. But their communication skills suck because he's hiding something and she's pretty much beating him up whenever he says something. Again, another issue of communication skills. Toya is about being faithful and honest. Memphis doesn't have a problem with being honest, but when it comes to Toya, he kind of avoids just letting certain information fly out of his mouth until it's like in a public setting almost, it seems. So in their actual day-to-day lives, she's in there with blinders. But I think the issue is he also says a lot of things to disrespect and hurt her, to beat her down, because he said how he's been blackballed from the industry. We do know that that's definitely true, at least to a certain degree, but that has nothing to do with how you treat your wife. It doesn't. The issue is Lisa, she loves her husband, but let's be real, she's probably not sure how much longer she can stay in a relationship where Adam is on this whole, we need to go and do whatever we can to make sure that we're safe. Because it's not rational, his fears. They're not rational. He's afraid of almost everything, and that is irrational. And for Lisa, it's stressful, and she also can't really be herself. And so, but she also needs to take into consideration that he does feel a certain way about certain things and not to just laugh at him and downplay it, because then he's going to really become an introvert. And if you can't tell your significant other something really important, who can you tell? And of course, last but not least, we go over the fact that there was marriage boot camp divorce, and so they just need to work on themselves. The anger, not the anger, but more so the emotional issues, the emotional irregularities with Cody, and the fact that Michelle isn't helping to contribute to a better person, as in Cody. But then again, with Cody acting the way that he acts, of course that's going to mess with Michelle mentally, and then she's going to go and react accordingly. So that's it. Please like, comment, subscribe, and come back next week.